I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and this is my Origins 2025 haul video. I debated almost not doing this because honestly, this video is about 50% an ad for all play at this point, but that's not with intent, it's just the nature of the games I came back with. Every convention I go to is a bit different, and I'd say Gen Con usually has the most games that I come back with. UKG, I came back with like 2 games because I'm flying. There's only so much I can really do there, and yeah, I came up with like 2 games from UKGE. I'd say it's Gen Con has the most. Gen Con is like my most working convention. Working as in fun. Like I have a lot of fun, but it's a lot of publisher meetings, a lot of upcoming games, a lot of past games. That is usually the most crazy haul I have every year. Packs and Plugs pretty decent, and then Origins is on the lighter side. Although again, usual reminders and disclaimers, this is lighter side. This is the nature of what I do. I review games, I cover games, which means I do go to conventions and I come back with mostly free games. Some of these games I have paid for, but if you're walking to a convention being like, oh my gosh, like these games, I heard people come back with so many, some people actually do come back with mountains of games that they paid for. For me, these are games that are mostly review copies that I will then cover on the channel, just to set expectations accordingly. But that said, these are the games I came back with from Origins 2025. I walked around the halls, I met with a few publishers, I had a press event from Asmodee, came back with a few games from there, met with All Play and came back with a bunch of new and upcoming games, and then an assortment of other games, and including Silos and Ego, which technically I didn't come back from Origins with. They were there when I got back, and they were showing them at Origins, so I'm kind of counting them for the sake of the video. But with that said, I'm going to loosely go over what I know about all these games, starting with the ones I know the least about. These are 2 games I kind of just got handed from, not with actual meetings publishers, but impromptu, being handed these games off the cuff, so I don't know a lot about them. We have Zero Day War, in which players are going to be trying to gather information through hacking. That's the theme of it. Mechanics, don't know much about it. I will happily dive into it and see if it's a game that I'm interested in or not. As well as 3-in-1, Beak Stretch, Choosy Gooey, and Pigeon Chess. Both of these, like I told the publishers when I got these, because again, I do try to be careful and selective about what I take on, and both these were very impromptu. I warned the publishers for both these 2 different publishers. I was like, hey, if I try these once and I don't like them, I'm probably not going to cover them on the channel. I don't love playing games a second time, and I didn't really sign up for these so much as being handed them off the cuff. So if you never see content on these games, it's because I didn't love them in particular. And I'd say like 3-in-1 look like a bunch of light fun party games. This in particular I don't think I'm the target audience for, so I would guess you're not going to see content in this one, and this one I have no idea. We'll see when I dive into it. Those are the first 2. And from there, I'm going to kind of tackle things by categories. Let's start off with the category over here of the 4 small box all-play games. Let's move these off to the side over here. We have Llama Llama, Prey, Panda Panda, and Rainbow. These are small box all-play games, of which I have played Rainbow before, but not the other ones. Rainbow I had a chance to play, I don't know, a while ago. I think Meg has a copy, I'm not sure. I played it before, I know that. But Rainbow is a trick-taking game where your bid becomes the next thing. Is it a trick-taking game? It's sort of. It is a trick-taking game in a sense. It's a sort of strategy game in a sense where you're escalating. No, it's trick-taking, I guess. You're trying to build up of tricks, but then the thing that you win the trick with becomes the next trick. Those cards going to the center become the next thing you're bidding on. So it has that kind of a pattern similar to games like Money, although I only played this once a while ago. I need to play it more. I remember enjoying this and thinking this one was more clever in the way it was implemented. Outside of that, if you watched my recent review on the channel, I didn't love the all-play small box games that I covered, like the Tiny Box. They have big box, medium box, tiny box, small box. They're tiny box games. Outside of Rainbow, I have not loved yet. They've ranged from not for me to I actively don't like them. But these ones over here, I'm a lot more optimistic about. Rainbow I've played. Panda Panda and Llama Llama are games. Well, Panda Panda is a game of trying to come up with a scoring hand. Very quick. I've read the rules for most of these, by the way. I'm prepped and ready to go. Most of the all-play ones, I should say. Panda Panda is all about trying to build your perfect hand. Llama Llama is about trying to draft your way into a scoring mechanism that will apply to everyone. Both interesting mechanisms. All revolving around a bunch of A, B, C, D, E, F, and a golden G. We have Prey over here. Prey, I didn't get a good feel for whether it would be for me or not. Prey seems to be about double-sided cards where the first half your predators and the second half your prey. I didn't get a good sense from just the rules alone as to what the main hook there is. I played a few games now with rotating cards. I think my favorite is a game probably called, it's just called Panda? It's throwing me off now because I have Panda Panda, And I think Panda Spin has rotating cards. Runes has evolving cards. Prey, Runes also from All Play. Prey, I'm not quite as sold on. So, optimistic about these, uncertain about this, and I've played this and liked it last time. So, those are 4 small box all play, tiny box all play games. I'd love to do a roundup review on these, or maybe I'll just categorize them. We'll see, because my last tiny box system of games from all play I did not love. From there, let's cover a bunch of games from Gamehead, a new publisher. I have played one of these over here. The other 2 I know the rules for, but have not yet played. We have First Class Letters. This is from Peter Hayward and involves you rolling dice to try to come up with words in a welcome to style system. So you're basically going to be trying to order your words round over round. You're trying to do them in sequence. So you have to be mindful of the alphabeticalness of your words as you go. So it's actually a little different than Welcome To, because Welcome To, you kind of put things in any order, but you have to respect the order by the end of it. This one, I believe, now it's making me want to read the rules again to make sure I'm right, but I believe you have to do it sequentially as you go through it. Then we have No Loose Ends. This is the one I actually had a chance to play. I played this at Adam 2025. I had a chance to play this one. Very interesting. I don't remember a lot about it. I remember thinking it was very clever. You're basically trying to pull off a heist with certain cards. I honestly, it's weird because I made sure to read the rules for these, and this one I was like, I played it already, so I'm not going to read the rules. And I forgot the main crux of it. I remember thinking it was clever when I played it, and I'm looking forward to playing this trick-taking one again, but I have forgotten how it played. And Trinket Trove is a bidding game. It's another game where you're going to be laying out cards, then you're bidding with your cards to get those cards, and then you're selecting from the cards both the bids and the cards you were bidding on to be able to take those in order to gather set collection. So it's all about set collection, where you're bidding on cards and on the bids themselves. We'll see if I like it, no idea. But again, that's actually a few games kind of where it's a little different than Money and Prey, a little different than Money and Rainbow, because your bid doesn't go for the next round, but it is in play for the current round. We have Mythicals. I've had a chance to play this one. This is from the Asmodee party. Let's cover the Asmodee party ones, because I have this one over here. I have Mythicals. I have Toy Battle. Pillars of Fate shouldn't be here. That is not supposed to be in this video. That didn't come from Origins at all. I want to say there was another game. Why did I feel there was another game in the Asmodee box? But maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't. Okay, cool. We got Toy Battle, Ocelots Cave, and Mythicals. Ocelots Cave is the only game on the table that I know absolutely nothing about. Ocelots Cave, it's from Chris Dellman. It's a lookout game, 2-player line. That has me interested, but outside of that, I've never heard of this, and a game I've never heard of that was in a press event grab bag, those usually have me a little less optimistic. That said, I have heard of, and in fact have played the other 2, so I probably shouldn't be such a skeptic. But I am intrigued. I feel it'll be easy to dive into, simple rules, quick gameplay, 2 players. I like the lookout 2-player line in general, so I'm partially optimistic, partially less so, but more optimistic than less so. Mythicals is going to be, this is interesting. I played this on BGA a lot. I've really enjoyed this one. You're basically trying to bid on these rows of cards. Sorry, you're trying to do a set collection of colors of cards because you're bidding on certain columns to get the, not really bidding, bidding's the wrong term. You're trying to collect sets of cards in order to get tokens from certain columns, but you're trying to build up to the larger set of cards, but you have to be mindful because you can only take one set of a color and you can't have duplicates. None of this makes sense to you, I'm sure, but it makes sense when you play it. There's an interesting mechanism of trying to be mindful of the collection of cards and when to cash in. That's the core idea of it. I think it's very cleverly done. I've had a lot of fun playing this on BGA. I don't think I've told you about this one yet because I did that 17 BGA reviews. I don't think Mythicals was in there. If not, it'll be in the next one whenever I do that, because I will be doing those. But now that I have a physical copy, I'll be reviewing that too. And then Toy Battle. I also don't remember if this is my last BGA one or not, or it will be my next BGA, but I've played this one on BGA a bit. This is pretty straightforward, pretty charming. I can't decide yet if it's too light for me. Like, I was happy to get this one because this was on my list of, like, do I get it, do I not? And I was leaning towards not, because in general, and that's true of Mythicals as well, in general, the nature of the amount of games I play each year means I need games to really be amazing to impress me. Toy Battle, I was like, I want to try that with my kids and see if, like, it's too much for them, but I think it was a pretty fun game. So, like, I am happy to have this one. I will be doing a physical review of it as well, because I played this on, again, both these I played on BGA multiple times. I think I played Toy Battle twice and Mythicals 3 times. I think, don't quote me on that. But I will be playing these again physically now that I have them and diving into them and giving you more in-depth thoughts, and especially in the case of Mythicals, trying to give you an explanation that actually makes sense as opposed to the random assortment of words that I gave you right now. Then we have Habitats and Pollen. Habitats is, I played this one a while ago, I never reviewed it on the channel, but Habitats is kind of a similar system to games like, oh my gosh, I'm going to blank it. There's Framework, Nova Luna, and Sagani. Framework, Nova Luna, and Sagani all have this interesting chaining sequence that Habitats has as well, but Habitats has a lot more going on to it. I played it one time at Dice Tower West like 2.5 years ago, and at the time I was like, I see the appeal, but I think I prefer the other games in the system. That said, I wanted to actually properly give it a go, so I will be doing that now to properly give it a go and see if it is see if it's better or where it is. But I remember enjoying it. I just thought I liked Framework is my favorite in that system, and I'm curious if Habitats can unseat that or not. But I will be diving into it and trying. All Play knocks it out of the park as far as production values. I told you this is basically an ad for All Play, but I will be trying out Habitats and seeing. Pollen is one that my daughter was interested in because this one has a similar look to A Gentle Rain, which she loves as a fun little solo game. But it's nothing like A Gentle Rain. You're placing down tiles in order to surround various insects, and then when you collect those insects, depending on who has the most area majority as you place down tiles. But the tricky part is tiles will eventually surround 4 insects, hypothetically eventually surround 4 insects. So you're trying to be really mindful as how you place your tiles and the insects that go there in order to go through a set collection game of collecting insects. Is it designed by Knizia? Yes, it is. It is designed by Knizia. Do you know how I knew that? Do you know how I knew it was designed by Knizia? The answer is either subconscious. I saw it at some point and I remembered. The reason I thought it was designed by Knizia is from reading the rules in this one. The rules have a system where your most collected insect is ignored, what's a little more complicated than that, and then you go to your next collected sets, and that's your score, which is so Knizia. It's so Knizia that I was like, this must be designed by Knizia, art by Beth Sobel, and I'm correct about that. Then we have, let's go through something non-all play before we go back to all play. We have Better Letters. Better Letters, this one I had the chance to see from Play to Z. Play to Z, they've done a few games, but the one I covered on the channel was Eero, Y-R-O. I liked Eero a lot. Better Letters seemed very interesting from the demo they were giving of it. Basically, you're chaining together letters in order to come up with categories. In order to you're trying to create a word that fits into multiple categories. That's the main idea. More categories it fits into, the better it is. There's more nuance to that because it's actually a grid system, the scoring systems. But you're basically trying to come up with like a word. If you see on the table, you're like, okay, starts with S, starts with T. You're gonna have to pick one of those. You can't have a word that starts with S and starts with T, but ends in N, contains IN, is one syllable, stuff like that. You're trying to figure out how many things can you fit into. Has at least 3 vowels or whatever it is. Has more consonants than vowels. Any of those kinds of things, or more vowels than consonants, I say. But that's the basic idea. You're trying to come up with words that fit certain scoring criteria and do so better than the other players. It looked charming. I am intrigued by it, and I will let you know my thoughts once I get a chance to play it. Then we have more all-play games. We have Sick Tricks. I don't remember this one at all. This is an upcoming one. I don't remember anything about how it plays, and the rules aren't in the box because upcoming prototype, so I have to go find the file download. So I know I said I know the rules for most of these, but I don't for that one, and I also don't for Savage Bowl. Same problem. I got little run-throughs, but honestly, I forget the run-throughs. All Play has so many trick-taking games that a quick run-through is not enough for me. I need to read the rules. Granted, the rules are only 4 pages, which makes it very easy to read the rules. We have Maori. Maori over here is all about trying to gather sets of flowers. Was it trying to gather sets of flowers? I need to remember this one. I read the rules for this recently. Again, same problem of the rules are not even in the box. I took them out. Okay, you're trying to gather sets of cards. I don't remember. I've read the rules in this one. I have. Bacon. Bacon was about trying to assemble cards, again, trick-taking to a degree, but there's also an extra element that you have a menu in place. So it's not purely a run or a it's not purely about getting a run or a set, but there's more than that because you're working with a menu that kind of feels a bit like poker to a certain extent. So still trick-taking, intrigued. Pies is one where you're trying to, this plums allow you to set, I've read the rules for all of these, I swear. This is where having too many trick-taking games, the nuances between them, because I haven't played any of these. I've just read the rules for all of them, so I'm ready to go. The good news is it'll take me 30 seconds to catch up. They're all trick-taking to a certain extent. Pinatas, this one I remember. This one is interesting. This one you're trying to go out later in the round, so it's trick-taking to a certain extent, but you're trying to go out. You're trying to win 3 tricks. I might be variable based on player count. I have to double-check that. You're trying to win 3 tricks, but you don't want to be the last person to win 3 tricks, but if you're the first person to win 3 tricks, you get fewer points. So the later you go out, the more points you get, but the last person gets no points at all. So it's a timing mechanism on trying to go out. You want to hit the pinata, but at exactly the right time. Tearable Quest, this one I can't tell if it's going to be purely a gimmick, but it certainly seems interesting. You are literally tearing up paper. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be tearing up paper in order to accomplish various quests. I am inclined to think gimmick, but we shall see. Then we have over here, we have Ego as well as Silos, another 2 Reina Knizia. Okay, maybe this is an ad for Reina Knizia instead of an ad for All Play, because honestly, we have Knizia games and All Play games. But anyways, These are from what's it called? Oh my gosh, from Bitewing Games, Silos and Ego. They are the 2 new Knizia games. Well, no, that's not true. All the way around. These are 2 re-implementations of previous titles from Knizia that I haven't played either of them, and I will have to read the rules and dive into both of them. I know the rules less for these ones as well. And then lastly, my absolutely favorite game that I came up from Origins with. This is one of the ones. There are actually a few over here that I bought. The all-play ones I definitely did not. But the 2, well, here we go. Pirates. Pirates is my favorite one that I came back with. This one I got used, but I met somebody at Origins to pick up a copy of Pirates of Maracaibo. I've been playing this on BGA and really enjoying it. I will be diving into it physically. I haven't done so yet. I've played it like 5 or 6 times on BGA by now, but I have not played it at all physically. I look forward to doing that as soon as possible and then giving you my thoughts on the game, whether that changes from playing it physically. Sometimes that can happen. Like, if I play a game on BGA, that's great. It makes like covering more games easier, but I will never review a game if I did not play it in person, unless I tell you so. Like, if I do a BGA reviews and tell you that that's very different. But sometimes you play games in person and it's very, very different. And that is always a potential fear. So, I will see. I will play Pirates of Maracaibo. I am very excited. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I almost regretted picking it up at Origins because I bought it a while ago and then told the guy, oh, let's meet at Origins because he was going to Origins. And that meant I had to wait like a month to get it. And that's sad because I want to play Pirates of Maracaibo more. That is basically my Origins haul. A whole lot of all-play games, a whole lot of Knizia games, a whole lot of small box games. I am trying to be mindful about what I take on. The bigger the box, the more work it can be to eventually cover properly. Like, the nice thing about all-play games is, like, all-play stuff, it's so easy to play a bunch of times. They're all short, they're easy to learn. It's very easy to knock them out, which is why I would say I probably should do a ranking all my all-play games, because I've played most of all-play games, and I do these publisher ranking videos here and there. Probably should do a video on all-play at some point. I'll do that, but maybe I need to... Now I want to finish their catalog. Like, there's some games in their catalog I haven't played yet, including the ones on the table. There's the Ghost Pizza Deliver Hunters, I haven't done that. There's Big Top. There's a few others that I've never gotten around to, so maybe I'll try to play all these, get my hands on all the old ones that I missed, and then do a full, complete all-play ranking. That would be a fun video. That's a lot of games. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.